I was gonna say something about the music in this area. I didn't really appreciate how good how good the Squaresoft music composers actually were in this era. Until I did a Let's Play of... Why would they put 3 of those mushroom boxes in this? All they do is refill your hit points. You get 3 of those in a row, it doesn't really matter. Anyway, I did a Let's Play of Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. We gotta follow Geno here now. Yeah, Geno's showing us the way until he doesn't anymore. And then we want to go left, down. No! No! Geno, why? Maybe down always goes backwards. But one of the things I did for the outros of those videos... Left, left... Man, I don't know. I don't know what we're doing on this screen. I'm just going to walk around randomly and hope we get somewhere. But I made little outros for the videos. And I went through and I kind of composed... using the ocarina in the game, or at least sounds that I made using samples from the ocarina in Ocarina of Time. I had Link playing all these different songs from different RPGs. And I've never done a lot of music sequencing before, and I didn't have access to the actual like notation, the notes, I don't know, the scores, I guess you'd call them. And even if I did, I don't know how to read them, because I'm terrible when it comes to music. But I decided that it would be good for the outro of that series for Link to play all these different songs. And I think I did pretty good. All things considered, I think I did all right when it comes down to the wire. But most of them were, I'm not going to say easy, because I had to figure out a lot of stuff. It's something I'd never really done before. I learned a lot as I went. I still don't know how to read music. And it's going to be a long time before I want to do anything like that again. But when it comes down to it, doing stuff from like Dragon Quest or Earthbound or Phantasy Star, like the tunes, they're all chiptune musics, and they're pretty simple. Even when I got to later stuff, like I did a song from Persona 3, and I did one from Final Fantasy X-2, which have more orchestral soundtracks. In fact, Persona 3 has like a hip-hop soundtrack. I am completely lost in the forest maze. That's why they call it that. Oh, Geno's here again. Geno, show me the way. He's not here anymore. And we found a mushroom. I did a song from Suikoden, which was relatively easy. And I need to heal Mario, but that's going to be okay, because we have all these mushrooms we've been picking up. The one song that like really stuck me, though, the one that I had the most trouble with, was the forest maze from Mario RPG. He can't be turned into a mushroom because he got the true form pin. Haha! You tried, you failed. And it gave me a real appreciation for how complex the music tracks actually can get. I think the finished version of that, the ocarina version that I came up with of the forest maze, I think it sounds pretty good in contexts. Like, there's a lot of things I do differently if I ever... Next time I get a project where I'm scoring some music, especially if I'm doing it by ear, there's stuff I would do differently. But I've got no idea where I'm going. And I've got no idea what left, left, down, left means in my... in my notes. Geno. Let's just go the same path that he went. He went... Oh, that might have worked. That might have worked. That did work. Okay, so... Oh, wait, nope. Oh, I wanted to refill my flips. But this is another one of Smithy's dudes. This guy is a Bow. His name is Bowyer. He's a Bowyer. And we're going to just run up in his grill. And apparently Bruce Lee is known far and wide throughout the Mushroom Kingdom. How do we follow Geno onto this screen? Oh, that's not Geno. Okay, I see. I thought it was Geno gonna walk up and be like, hey, Bowyer, how about I punch you in the face? And then Bowyer's gonna be, please, sir, do not punch my face. It's a beautiful face. Actually, he might have the least beautiful face in the whole game. Nya-nya? I don't know what that onomatopoeia was. I also don't know what onomatopoeia is or how to spell that word. So Geno is a servant of God above who is sent down to Earth, kind of like the master from ActRaiser sent the little naked angel. And you could think of Geno as being a little naked angel because he's a doll that doesn't wear clothes except for a cape and a hat. And I really love that he picked this doll, he explains later, because it looks like the strongest. Even though it looks like an actual wooden doll. But the action figure line that the child was clearly playing with had, for lack of a better word, realistic Mario and Princess and Bowser toys. So, where did this Geno doll come from? Because it can't just be like, oh, it's a doll, it's a child's doll. Because he also had a Mario doll, which looked like Mario. And a Peach doll, which looked like Peach. They didn't look like little wooden representations of Mario and Peach. What this tells me is that in-universe, there is a character named Geno who is a wooden doll for whatever reason. That the little doll that the boy was playing with was based on. And this just raises further questions. And then 20 years later, they didn't put him in Smash Brothers, so Geno just can't catch a break when it comes down to it. So the gimmick to this fight is he's going to put buttons on the screen, and he can lock certain buttons. So if he locks the A button, I can't attack him. If he locks the X button, I can't use items. And if he locks the Y button, I can't use special attacks. But I also don't remember this fight being particularly difficult, mainly because you have a 3-man party for the first time in the game. And also maybe because they figured because there's going to be this action locking gimmick in the game, in the boss fight, maybe let's not also make the boss really difficult. Because what happens if, like, the boss brings everybody down to half HP or whatever, and then you can't heal because your items get locked and you don't have any flips or whatever. So the boss himself, I don't remember being particularly difficult. We're going to continue jumping on his head, though, if that's okay. Actually, I think you're better off with the froggy stick. Here come the buttons. Not fair. I do want to express some concern over Bowyer's hair. I don't know what's going on there. And I don't think that you could make a case at all that that hair is reasonable. It looks like Carrot Top exploded on the poor man's head, is what it looks like. So now we can't attack. That's okay, though, because we already weren't attacking as it is. And we still have items, so we can still heal, which is good. But the whole story here is that Geno is sent from God above because... Here, have a mushroom. Because the Star Road has been destroyed when Smithy's giant sword came smashing down through it, and the star pieces rained down. You guys know the story of this game. I mean, if there's nobody who's interested in watching this series that doesn't already know the story of the game, I'm sure. I kind of want to pop a Kero here because I don't have enough goodies to jump anymore. But I also don't want to waste a Kero on what's going to be an easy fight, I think, so maybe we'll just start eating the honey syrups. Delicious. Oh, but special's now locked. Alright, so now we're down to regular attacks. Even the regular attack's pretty good against him, though. Do need Mario to not die. Oh, I got a freebie. Beautiful. Mallow's asleep. That's okay. Mallow is, I mean, to his credit, he is the third most useful character in this party. So he didn't like being attacked, so he turned off attacks. It's probably for the best. That's probably his most damaging attack, and it still wasn't that terrible. I'm going to have Geno eat a mushroom. Apparently, some of our mushrooms ended up under Geno's hat. I'm not really sure how that happened. Is that going to wake you up? It did not. Let's go ahead and mushroom you. I don't need free mushrooms, I need free honey syrups. Oh, now he wants to lock items. Alright, how many flower points do I still have? 5. I'm going... Oh, I was going to say I'm going to save the flower points and have Mallow heal with his spells, but I can't do that anyway, so I might as well just spend the flower points and hope the guy's almost dead. That's it. No more jumping for me. Oh, I can use this spell. Alright, so I'm going to have you... I guess attack. No reason not to. His Froggy Stick is doing more damage than the Knock Knock Shell, actually. That's kind of strange. There goes Bowyer. I'm actually... I don't know if characters join your party at a set level, or if they join at like an average level of your other characters. Ooh, Mario's level 6. What's he get? Super Jump. So we got a +1 on the magic attack. We got a +2 on the attack. Yeah, that's what we're going with. Mallow level 6. What you got, homie? Probably the same thing attack, right? Yeah, +3 on the attack. We're going with that. The levels are hard-coded, I'm pretty sure. Like, every time, if a level, like, say level 6 is big ups on attack power, it's going to be big ups on attack power for everybody's level 6. And I'm sure somewhere there's, like, a table you can download that just shows you what levels are good for what stats that you can follow if you really want the big ups for every single level, but it only takes 2 seconds to check. And I've already got a notes file open on my screen. I don't need 3 other things open on my screen for the Mario RPGs. It's not that complex a game. It's just a really complex storyline about stars and wishes. Looks just like a big candy star. I've always... like, if it weren't for the really sharp edges, I would just want to eat these. So you can tell they're not like gummy objects, because gummies don't have really sharp edges. But it could be like a star-shaped Necco wafer. I always thought Necco wafers got a really bad rap. I never thought they were disgusting. My dad used to eat them all the time. But for my wedding, we actually set up a candy bar. I don't mean like we bought like a Hershey bar and set on a table. Like a candy bar, like a salad bar, but with candy. And we had a... our wedding was a 1920s themed wedding. So we got all the candy laid out with all of its, like, whatever its packaging looked like in the 1920s. And one of the things we picked was Necco wafers. And what was funny was at the end of the reception, all the other candy was gone, but nobody had eaten the Necco wafers. So I think I spent the rest of the... I think we got married in Ohio. That's where most of our family lives. And we stayed up there, I want to say for another week or so after that. And, I think I spent that entire week eating leftover Necco wafers from the reception. So now Rose Town is no longer under barrage from the Bowyer. And we also have Mr. Geno in the party. I don't think there's anything else we can do in Rose Town right now, though. We can eat this flower jar in this flower box that we got. Things looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and drop a save then. We're stealing this kid's doll. We're not even going to let him know that, hey, the doll's going off on adventures without you. We're just taking him with us, sorry. Going into the pipe vaults. Actually, we can skip the pipe vault. It's not compulsory. Yeah, we can go straight to Moleville. But the pipe vault is here, and we might as well go into it. And it just has a path that goes straight through from one part of the world map to the other. They should actually make you walk through it to open up Moleville, I think. Like, you just step onto the screen and... Oh, I guess not. I guess if you enter from the left... You always enter the screen from the left regardless of where on the world map you were entering from. Well, now I know. And I don't want to... They say it's pipe vault. What they actually mean is... Hell World # lava style. Remember when I was a kid, I used to try to fight every single random encounter. That guy doubled back. I didn't think he was going to. I don't know why these Goombas are wanting to get jiggy with it, but they are. I tried to fight every monster in every room of the whole game to get experience and stuff. And remember, fighting those lava bubbles was actually really, really irritating. Hey, I tried going down the pipe, but instead, the Gambo... Instead of actually going down the pipe, Mario walked downward into the Goomba. There's a reason that they made the duck button a different button entirely in later Mario games. So I guess I'm not going down that pipe. I'm going down this pipe. And up here there should be 2 boxes. 1, 2. Then we slide on. I think it's the only part in the game where you can actually duck on the map. I'm not sure how. I guess if you played other Mario games, you would know to try that. But I think that's the only spot in the game that does that. I think those are the only 2 boxes here. Yeah, that looks like it's correct. Cannot go down. This is not a pipe. It's a flower pot. I don't know why it's in the pipe vault. This is not the flower pot vault. Woo. You guys are not supposed to come out of your flower pots if I'm standing on them. That's the rule in Mario games. We got this psychopath ability, so we can see what enemies are thinking and like what they're weak to, but I would probably never cast it. It's like a scan kind of ability. Although Mallow is really weak otherwise. We've also got this super jump. And the whole point of super jump is that it lasts until you miss the timed hit. And I missed it real early. Oh, I can't jump because they've got teeth. That's why. I don't think that's why. I think I did just legitimately miss the timed hit because I'm bad. But there's a reason that that did 0 damage. But I know this is part of the speedrun of this game, is there's a couple bosses that you have to fight with just all the super jumps. You just happen to know, like, oh, you use 60 super jumps in a row, it kills this boss, so that's how we're going to do it. I've never been able to get 60. I have tried for hours and hours and hours back in the day as a youngin'. Shoutouts to Johnny LaRusick for sponsoring this video. If you liked the video and you want to see more, please tickle my thumb, leave me a friendly comment, and ring the little bell.